वॉल्यूम ठीक है? Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. Chetan Kabra, spine surgeon and joint replacement surgeon, Apollo Hospital, Guwahati. And you must be wondering why I decided to talk on back pain during lockdown. But in last 1 month, 90% of the phone calls which I have received are related to back pain. And most of these back pain patients are actually acute patients and they developed back pain in recently. I won't be surprised if I say that 80% of those who are watching at the moment have either suffered from back pain or will suffer from back pain at some point of time in your life. You'll be surprised the second most common reason why a patient visits a doctor is back pain after cold and cough. So why is it that back pain is so common? Well, if I ask you a question, why is it that only human beings can walk on two legs? Compared to any other animal, we can run, we can jog, we can even stand on one leg. So what is that special thing which we have got other than brain that makes us walk on two legs? Well, our abdominal muscles and the back muscles, they work in tandem. But imagine as you gain weight, your abdominal muscle bulge out. So which means the pressure over the back increases tremendously. So one of the cause of back pain is the weak back muscles. Also, the second most common reason why a patient takes leave from hospital or from work is actually back pain. And unfortunately, the working population of any country is the one who suffers the most because the age group is 30 to 50 years who suffers from back pain most commonly. And this sitting job, the unprecedented situation which we are going through at the moment in the world, where children are sitting for long duration for online classes, where the other male members are sitting for long duration in offices, and even female members are sitting for long duration. The household work which we all have to do at the moment. All these things, this change of lifestyle has tremendously affected our pressure over the back. And commonly the patient who calls up, they actually ask, sir, slip disc hoise ki? Is it slip disc? And I don't understand why people are so much worried, especially about slip disc. You will be surprised that the patients above the age of 55 years, when we get the MRI, invariably we find some amount of bulging disc. But then they also have gray hair. So there has to be some correlation between the disc and the aging process. So it is the comparatively younger age group when they develop this bulging disc that we are worried about. In the older age group, it's very common to have some amount of bulging disc. But then we have more muscles, more ligaments, more joints in the spine, and still people are almost always worried about the disc. But let me assure you, only in 4% of the patients, the back pain is related to disc. Almost in 70 to 75%, it is invariably because of the muscles and the joints and ligaments of the back. And they commonly ask me this question, sir, should we get the MRI done? Again, you'll be surprised that only in 1% of the patients we actually find out the diagnosis through MRI. In 99% of the patients, we don't even know the cause by getting even the MRI done. So let me first rule out certain myths which we all have in mind. One of the common myth which people have is lifting heavy object will cause back pain. Well, the fact is the wrong way of lifting heavy object will cause back pain. Our back muscle is mainly to maintain the posture, and our abdominal muscles are actually meant to bear weight. But normally what happens is we tend to bend forward and try to lift the weight, and that's the wrong way of lifting the weight. Ideally, we have to squat, lift the object, keep it close to our abdomen, and then stand. And that's the right way of doing it. We human beings bend some 3,000 to 5,000 times in a day. We don't even know that we are bending, and we invariably bend some 3,000 to 5,000 times. Every time we bend, we can actually end up injuring some muscle, some ligament, some joint, or maybe like some bulging disc might occur. And as I told, the most common cause is the muscle sprain or the ligament strain. So commonly, the question which I am receiving at the moment from most of the patients who call me is, "Sir, হালি বেলায় কিবা কাম কৰিছিলো আৰু হঠাৎ মাসুল পুরা জাম হৈ গৈছে." I mean, what they ask is like they tend to bend forward to do something, and suddenly they develop this catch and they're unable to move the back. Well, to be honest, it's actually a protective mechanism of our body to prevent further damage. In a way, it's actually a blessing in disguise that our back is indirectly asking us to avoid bending forward. 2 to 3 days of bed rest with acute spasm, the spasm will, gradually it will come down and the pain will also come down along with it. In fact, 4 to 6 weeks of back pain in a comparatively younger age group without any other symptoms, the patient should not even visit a doctor. It's not needed. Gradually, over a period of time, the pain will disappear on its own as the recovery occurs of the muscle, the ligament, or the joint. So, people also think that bed rest is the best way to cure back pain. But rather, I would say being active is the most important thing if you have to prevent back pain. There are multiple reasons for it. One of the common reasons is the disc gets its nutrition through activity. The more you are on rest, the more the nutritious or the blood supply of the disc is prevented. Also, at the same time, the muscles, the more they are active, the more the strength they will have, and the more you will have less pain. So, activity is actually more important than rest. Maximum you can have 3 to 4 days of bed rest if there is an acute severe spasm of the back, but then long bed rest should be avoided because it will further weaken your back muscles. At the same time, you will have the psychological effect as well of being lying down all the time and not doing anything. So being active is most important. Also, patients they call up and they say, should I get one x-ray done? Should I send you on WhatsApp? You'll be surprised that one lumbar spine x-ray is equivalent to 365 chest x-rays. And as I've already mentioned, most frequent cause of back pain is the muscles, the ligaments, and the joints. And most of these things are not visible in the x-ray. Rather, I would say x-ray doesn't have much of a role in today's world for back pain. In fact, MRI is also not needed in most of the patients, as I mentioned. So x-ray should be avoided as far as possible because of the radiations are quite high for lower back. Patients always think that they've got back pain and they might have to go through surgery. What if I say that 90% of the disc surgery patients, if they had not undergone surgery, 2 years post surgery, the result would have been the same? There are multiple studies which have proved beyond doubt that the disc surgery result and patients who have not undergone surgery post 2 years, the results are actually the same. So, which means in most of the patients, surgery is not needed. Being active, maintaining the posture, doing the exercises, strengthening exercises sincerely, all these can actually keep the patient's pain under control and at the same time can prevent surgery. So when should we visit the doctor? Where in an unprecedented situation like lockdown, if your bowel bladder is involved, which means if you are unable to control the urine, that is an acute emergency in spine, and that is one reason where you have to visit the doctor immediately. And you may have to undergo surgery even during lockdown if the bladder is involved. If you are unable to control the urine or if there is a gross weakness of the lower limb, you might have to visit the doctor immediately and you might have to get the MRI and maybe surgery urgently. So the single most important reason why you have to visit the doctor in emergency with acute pain is involvement of the bladder. And the second important cause where you may have to visit the doctor is pain with radiation to the leg. When there is a tingling sensation or numbness in the leg with a gradually progressing weakness of the lower limb, we have to take it very seriously because that might indicate that the nerve is getting compressed somewhere in the spine, probably because of a disc which is herniated out. So not herniated, no, not all herniated discs is something we have to worry about, but those discs which are actually impinging on the nerve, and more importantly, there is a progressive weakness of the lower limb. Little weakness and slight tingling sensation, numbness, we should not worry. But if it is progressing, we have to visit the doctor. Also, patients who develop fever, loss of weight, loss of appetite, those patients may have to visit the doctor to actually find out the cause. Because in those patients, there might be some other underlying disease like infection of the spine or other things which we may have to deal with. So the important causes where we have to visit the doctor are acute pain with involvement of the bladder or bowel, pain with radiation to the leg with tingling sensation, numbness with gradually increasing numbness. The pain which is more felt in the night is something which we take seriously because that pain is without activity. Pain with activity is very common, but pain without activity is something we should worry about. And as I told, a simple back pain with tinglings, with a catch in the spine where the patient is unable to move, most of these back pain, they don't last for long and they gradually recover. So up to 4 to 6 weeks of most of the pain generally disappear. Any pain which is persisting for more than 6 weeks, maybe without other symptoms which I mentioned, you have to visit the doctor to find out the cause. Here I am talking exclusively about the spine and pain related to the spine. Although there are other organs also which can mimic a back pain, like the problems in the uterus, the problem in the kidney, maybe a kidney stone, the pancreas. There are other causes also which I won't be dealing with. So, as I mentioned, in lockdown, if you have to visit the doctor, these are the primary symptoms which we have to worry. But then, as I also mentioned, that almost in 70 to 80% of the patients, you need not worry at all. Just a simple spasm is something which will recover over a period of time. It's a kind of a blessing in disguise because it's more of a protective mechanism to prevent further injury of the muscle. Another important thing which I like to mention is the posture. Now, when we have to sit for long duration in one position, nowadays because we are sitting literally the whole day, either we are watching TV or maybe like we are using the mobile, the WhatsApp, the Facebook, or maybe like reading about the corona or other things, we are sitting for long duration in one position. This should be avoided. Ideally, either you can ask the Alexa or maybe like you can put an alarm of every 20 minutes. Make sure you get up every 20 minutes and walk a little. We should avoid prolonged sitting. And whenever you are like you get up and walk, you try to stretch your muscles a little, relax, and then sit again. Avoid prolonged sitting as far as possible. And whenever you are sitting, make sure your back is in contact with the backrest. Your back should be in contact with the backrest completely. And if suppose the gap between the back and the backrest is more than normal, then you can put a cushion behind. Basically, maintain the lumbar lordosis or the posture of the spine, which is very, very important. It has to be in neutral position to avoid back pain. Another important thing which I would like to mention is if suppose you are working in the kitchen where you have to stand for long duration, what you can do is you can actually put a footstool kind of thing where you can actually put one of your foot so that the pressure, the center of gravity shifts from the back to the leg, and hence there is less pressure on the back and probably less pain. Or the other option is you can open the lower cupboard and put one of your leg and alternately keep on changing the leg. The third thing which I would like to mention is because nowadays people are also cleaning their house, they might be using broom to clean the house. Avoid bending forward and brooming the house. What you can do is you can squat and then maybe broom, or maybe you can use a long stick. That is ideal actually, long stick to clean the house. Also, while washing clothes, if possible, try to sit on a chair with support and then clean. The another aspect which I would like to talk about is nowadays people are worried about gaining weight because they are not doing anything. They are a little inactive. So they see their friends and others doing exercises, and they also tend to do the exercises. Please remember one thing. If you have decided that you will be doing the exercises, make sure you start with the stretching exercises first. And don't go to the abs, because our major concern always is to how to get rid of the tummy. You cannot go to the core muscles directly. You're not supposed to, you know, do the abs exercises from day one. Ideally, you have to strengthen your lower back muscles first. Once the lower back muscles are strengthened enough, then only you can go to the abs. Also, as you get up in the morning, you're not fresh. You have to freshen up first and then you go to the office. Similarly, when you get up in the morning, ideally you're not supposed to start with the exercises immediately. There are multiple reasons for it. One reason is that your muscle is also in a sleeping position, so you have to wake the muscle up. And the best way to do is by stretching. Stretching the ligaments, stretching the muscles is very important before starting the exercises or starting the workout. At the same time, once you have finished your workout, once you have done with the exercises, you have to cool down again, because the muscles are in hyperactive state. So you have to relax them again by doing a cool down exercises. So always remember that stretching exercises, then go for strengthening, and then go for again stretching a little, and then stop the exercises. You cannot start with the strengthening from day one. Also, people have started doing yoga where they sit without support. Well, I would request you, if you have back pain or if you're worried about that you might develop back pain because you don't want to visit a doctor, the situation is not so good. So what, make sure that your back is in contact with the backrest even when you are doing yoga. Because as I told, most important is back strengthening exercises. Once your back is strengthened enough, maybe you can sit without support. But then for yoga, if you have to start and which you have not done earlier, make sure you do the stretching exercises and you sit with support before doing the exercises. So all in all, what I would like to mention is lifting heavy object will not cause back pain unless you are bending forward and trying to lift the object. Also, there are people who ask me this question whether I should use a firm mattress or a hard mattress or a soft mattress. What kind of mattress should we use while sleeping? Is mattress my responsible for my back pain? Well, all I can mention is it has to be neither too hard nor too soft. It has to be just enough so that the posture of your body is maintained even while sleeping. If you are having back pain while sleeping and the posture is not well maintained, what you can do is you can put a pillow below the knee joint, which means you can bend the knee a little. That will help in maintaining the posture and preventing you from having back pain. The other thing is, if you are suppose sleeping, you have the habit of sleeping in the side position, you can put a pillow. আপনি একটা pillow ভরাব পারে দুটা ভরির মাজত. What you can do is you can put a pillow between the two legs. So that will again help you in maintaining the posture and preventing back pain. All in all, back pain is not something which we should worry, and back pain doesn't mean you are suffering from a very significant disease. As I already mentioned, only 4% of the back pain is related to disc, and only 1% is related to infection of the spine like tuberculosis, which is common in India, and less than 1% is related to malignancy. So all in all, most common cause of back pain is the injury to the muscle, the ligament, the joints, and also in older age group the arthritis of the spine, which is like part and parcel of life, like gray hair. So I hope it i have I have tried to summarize whatever I could in a short time, and I'll be very keen if you can ask few questions in the comments so that I can answer your questions and maybe like help you with that. So one of the question which I can see is a severe back pain with numbness and sensitivity, what should be done, sir? As I told already, back pain with radiation to the lower limb with tingling sensation numbness, if it is mild, we need not worry too much. You can maybe like consult a doctor over phone, or maybe you can visit the doctor. And because probably if the motor power is 5 by 5, if the strength of the leg is normal and sensation is just slightly less, probably there's nothing serious to worry. With simple exercises and some medicines, it should subside. But if it is persisting, we might have to get the MRI and just see how much is the nerve compression happening in the spine because of the test. And if the symptoms are progressive or if they are increasing, then we'll have to think about something. So I hope Mr. Meher Preet, I have answered your question. Yeah, the second question is by Mrs. Swarname Moni Borua, and the question is whether hot water bag can be used. Yes, it can be used. It can be used. Even you can apply some ointment Volini also for back pain. Of course, hot water bag can be applied. But in case there is a severe spasm or acute spasm, I mean, on day one, if there is an injury to the spine, you should apply ice pack Once the pain comes down, and if the pain is, then you can apply hot water. So hot water fermentation is definitely recommended and can be used. Yeah, Mr. D. Mota had asked a question, suggest some simple exercises during lockdown to keep fit. Well, the exercise which I told, if you are talking in terms of back pain, I've already mentioned strengthening exercises of the spine is very important. Don't start with the abs exercises or the abdominal muscle strengthening exercises from day one. First, start with the stretching. Always start with the stretching. Then do the back strengthening exercises, and then the cool down. So the back strengthening exercises are mostly done in lying down position, in a prone position, where your face is facing downward, your abdomen is facing downward. You need to lift your face up, and you can also lift your leg, one leg, the other leg up, and then both the legs up. So basically, you can do nokasan kind of thing. So back strengthening exercises is very important for keeping your spine active and healthy. Mrs. Manju has asked a question that she's doing warm up and cool down. See, another important thing is only doing warm up and cool down may not help. If there is a difference, as I said, your abdominal muscles and the back muscles should be equally strong. So if one muscle, the agonist muscle or the antagonist muscle, one of the muscle is hyperactive, or if you're doing a whole body workout and certain muscles are weak and certain muscles are strong, so obviously those muscles which are weak will have to bear most of the pressure. So what is important is you have to make sure that your muscles are equally strong. So gradually, if once your muscles are strong enough, pain should subside. Mr. Ritesh has asked a question. Could see factor? Of course, yeah. See, what has happened is lockdown. Because of lockdown, we all are stressed. Let's accept the fact every human being is stressed at the moment, and they are going through a change of lifestyle which we are not used to. So any pain which you are suffering is actually felt 3 to 4 times more than normal you would have felt otherwise. So stress definitely aggravates the pain symptoms more than anything. So obviously meditation, exercises, eating healthy diet, keeping yourself active, walking around should help a lot. This is another question by Mr. Hijam. Can this prolapse be managed without surgery? Yes, of course it can be managed. As I've already mentioned, unless you have a significant weakness of the lower limb or tingling sensation, numbness is huge, where you are unable to sleep in the night progressively, then only you have to think about surgery. Otherwise, in 99% of the patients, it can be managed conservatively. And there are multiple studies which have proved beyond doubt that within 2 years post surgery, the results are same as the patients who have not undergone surgery. So maybe you have to bear the pain and the tingling sensation for some time, maybe like 3 months to 6 months, maybe more than that. But if the strength is normal and sensation is more or less intact, probably you can avoid surgery. It can be avoided. This is another question by Mr. Gaurav Ghosh. Doctor, I can't wake up even in the morning. It takes long 10 to 15. What should I do when I can't go down? See, what happens is the disc which I was talking about, the disc which acts as a shock absorber, early morning, because we are in lying down position the whole night, the pressure over the disc, because the water content in the disc increases almost 300 times. So the pressure over the disc is tremendous. So sometimes it takes some time for you to get up. But then, like, if there is a early morning stiffness, we have to rule out inflammatory arthritis also. So for that, you might have to visit the doctor once the lockdown ends and get few investigations done just to rule out other causes. But if your back is strengthening, if you have tried the back strengthening exercises, and if you are maintaining the posture round the clock, and still if you are having this, then you have to rule out inflammatory arthritis or the spondyloarthropathy diseases. Mr. Narendra has asked, I have ligament injury almost 6 years ago, but since last 2 years I'm suffering from back pain. Even I do physiotherapy almost for 2 months, but again still I'm such problem nowadays. So this abnormal posture is probably the response, the cause which is causing this back pain. As I mentioned, 80% of whoever is watching has either suffered from back pain or will suffer from back pain. Another important thing which I didn't mention is 90% of those who have suffered from back pain will have another attack of back pain. So this is a ongoing process. You have to maintain the posture, the way you bend forward, the way you lift weight, the way you sit for long duration. Everything matters. So By now, I'm sure you are aware what things aggravates the pain and what are the things which relieves the pain. So again, I'm requesting maintaining posture round the clock, and making sure that your back is in contact with the backrest when you are sitting, getting up every 15 to 20 minutes, walking around a little, stretching your muscles. All these things are very important. Keep yourself as active as possible. As long as you don't have any tingling sensation, numbness going down the leg, probably there's nothing much to worry. At best, if the pain has been progressing for like more than 2 years now, you can maybe get an MRI just to rule out other non-important causes. Mr. Ritesh Mashru, what can be the best diet for a vegetarian? Ah, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, to be very honest, but all I can say is avoid fatty food, avoid junk food. Rather, to be very honest, whatever you are eating at home at the moment is actually healthy food. If you're not eating too much of fat, and avoid sweets. Sweets have got zero nutritional value. You'll be surprised. And the way we Indians eat sweets, it's not good. Mr. Mahjubin, Miss Mahjubin has asked, sir, can exercise? If any exercise which is aggravating the pain should be avoided, immediately it should be avoided. Probably you're not doing the exercises the right way, or maybe like there is some other injury or some other cause of back pain which is aggravating the pain after exercises. If the pain is increasing after exercise, you might have to show to the doctor to find out the cause of the diagnosis, and then accordingly the treatment has to be given. But if any particular exercise is aggravating the pain, that has to be stopped immediately. I didn't talk about the fractures, the spondylolisthesis. There are many other things actually, which is difficult to talk. So probably if the pain is aggravated after doing the exercises, either you're not doing it the right way, or maybe there is some other reason which is causing this pain, for which we have to rule out by getting the MRI or maybe like by proper clinical examination. So final take-home message is bed rest is not the solution. Being active is very, very important. Avoid prolonged sitting, avoid prolonged standing. Maintaining the posture round the clock is very, very important for back. And lifting heavy object will not cause back pain unless you bend forward and try to lift the object. X-ray, CT scan, MRI doesn't have much of a role in 99% of the patients. Most back pain eventually relieve or recover on its own, and almost 95% of the back pain will surgeries. Hope it has helped you a little. And so stay home, stay safe, wear mask, sanitize hands, maintain social distancing, and I'm sure we'll definitely come out of this hale and hearty. Thank you so much. Bye bye.